There is a painful truth that most parents do not realize until everything has gone too far. One day, your child will grow up. It may be on a very late night, when they are sitting alone in a dark room after their first major failure. It may be after the first time they are rejected, after a broken relationship, after a day when the world out there feels unbearably cold. And in that moment, a voice will speak inside your child's mind. The question is not whether that voice will appear. It will. The real question is, what will that voice say? Will it say, "I'm useless. I can't do anything right. I'm not good enough." Or will it gently say, "It's okay. I'm still okay. I'm still worthy of love"? What is frightening is, that voice does not suddenly appear on the day your child becomes an adult. It is formed much earlier, very, very early, in the first years of life, in moments so small that adults often overlook them. A glance, a hug. The moment you put your phone down and truly look into your child's eyes when they call out, "Mom!" There are things your child will never remember. They will not remember the expensive toy you once bought. They will not remember the newest tablet. They will not remember the skills center you spent so much money enrolling them in. They may not even remember the prestigious school you tried so hard, at all costs, to get them into. But their body remembers, their nervous system remembers, their brain remembers. It remembers the feeling of being seen, of being listened to, of being responded to, of being held when they cry. And this is the most heartbreaking paradox of our time. So many parents are trying to give their children everything, except the very thing that truly shapes who they become. We live in a society obsessed with achievement. Parents worry their child is slower than others, worry their child will lose right at the starting line, worry their child is not good enough, worry their child will be left behind, so we rush. We teach children to read early, teach them math early, teach foreign languages early, enroll them in extra classes, push them to build skills, give them so many things. But there is a question very few parents stop to ask themselves. What is truly building your child's brain? What is truly shaping the person your child will become? Before the age of 5, a child's brain develops faster than at any other stage of life. Not just a little faster, but so fast it is almost impossible to imagine. More than 1 million new neural connections are formed every second. Every second. Pause for a moment and feel that number. 1 million in 1 second. But here is the most important thing that most parents have never been told. Those connections do not appear on their own just because time passes. A child's brain does not simply grow like a tree. It develops through interaction, through relationships, through the back and forth between the child and the caregiver. Every time your child turns to look for you, every time your child calls your name, every time your child laughs, every time your child cries, your child's brain is waiting for a response. And every response from you leaves a mark. Scientists call this serve and return. Your child sends a signal, you respond. Your child points, you follow their gaze. Your child smiles, you smile back. Your child becomes frightened, you hold them. It sounds simple, but those repeated moments are teaching your child's brain the most fundamental lessons about life. Is this world safe? Do I matter? When I need someone, will someone come? Am I worthy of love? Those questions may sound too big for a small child. But an infant's brain does not learn through language. It learns through experience, through feeling, through what is repeated every single day. Childhood does not only create memories, childhood creates identity. It shapes how your child sees the world, and more importantly, how your child sees themselves. One day, your child will have an inner voice. That voice will follow them into relationships, into work, into moments of failure. And what many parents do not realize is that voice often sounds like them. If your child's early years are full of connection, that voice may say, "I made a mistake, but it's okay. I can try again. I still have value." But if your child's early years are filled with pressure, judgment, and emotional absence, that voice may become their cruelest critic. I'm terrible. I'll never be enough. I ruin everything. That is why the early years matter so much. And that is also why so many parents only realize this after their child has grown older. When the child starts speaking less, struggles to connect, gets angry easily, has difficulty regulating emotions, or constantly feels inadequate. Many people think those problems begin in the teenage years. But very often, everything started much earlier. In the first years of life, there is something modern parents do far too much: giving commands. A typical morning in many households sounds like this: hurry up, eat, put your clothes on, we're late, stop playing, go to sleep. All day long, the home turns into a command center. There is noise, there are words, but there is no connection, and that hurts. You can spend the whole day beside your child, and they may still feel lonely. Because children do not grow through commands, they grow through connection. Sometimes what your child needs is not another lesson, but someone who is truly present, someone who truly listens. When your child asks, "Why does it rain?" Many parents feel exhausted, especially when it is the 100th question of the day. But think about it this way. Your child is not only asking about rain, your child is asking, "When I turn toward mom, is mom really here?" When you answer with patience, your child receives more than knowledge. They receive the feeling that they matter. When you sit down at eye level, when you look into their eyes instead of replying while staring at your phone, your child's brain records something incredibly powerful. I am being seen. It sounds simple. But so many adults today grew up without ever truly feeling that. They were near their parents, but never truly felt seen. Their parents were there, but their minds were somewhere else. Work, pressure, exhaustion, phones, and little by little, a child learns to stop trying to connect. That is why screens are far more dangerous than many people realize. The problem is not only the content, it is what the screen replaces. A screen does not hug a child when they are sad. It cannot read emotions. It cannot respond to fear. It cannot regulate the nervous system. A screen talks at a child, but it is not with the child. And sometimes, the most dangerous thing is not that your child spends too much time looking at a screen. It is that your child no longer looks into your eyes. There is another powerful thing that is often underestimated: touch, a hug, a hand gently stroking their head, picking them up when they are tired. Many people fear that too much affection will spoil a child. But the truth is almost the opposite. Safe touch helps calm a child's nervous system. It lowers cortisol. It helps the body learn how to regulate stress. A child who feels safe in their body will learn more easily, sleep better, resist less, and love better. There are moments when your child throws a tantrum, cries loudly, throws things, screams. On the outside, it looks like defiance. But deep inside, it is often a nervous system that is overwhelmed, a small body that does not yet know how to self-regulate. And in moments like that, what your child needs most is sometimes not discipline, but regulation, not punishment, but guidance back to calm. Another thing modern society often misunderstands is the role of play. We are obsessed with productivity. Children must learn fast, know things early, excel before everyone else. But what a child's brain needs most before the age of 5 is play. Yes, play. Not play as a way to kill time, but play as a way to build the brain. When children stack blocks and knock them down, when they try again, when they imagine, when they run around, when they explore, their brain is practicing essential life skills: problem solving, creativity, persistence, emotional regulation, tolerating failure. In other words, play is the real work of young children. A child knocks down a tower of blocks 5 times and tries again a 6th time. That is not wasted time. That is resilience being built, the ability to get back up after failure, a skill that matters tremendously in life. And finally, there is a truth that may help many parents let go of some of their burden. Your child does not need a perfect parent. They do not need you to be happy all the time. They do not need you to be patient all the time. They do not need you to always know what to do. You will have days when you are tired, days when you are stressed, days when you lose your temper. That does not ruin your child. What causes lasting harm is not rupture. It is the absence of repair. It is not the moment you accidentally yelled. It is never coming back afterward, never saying, "I'm sorry, I was angry. I did not handle that well, but I love you." Repair teaches children a priceless lesson. Relationships do not need to be perfect to be strong. They only need the ability to return to each other. And perhaps that is the greatest gift parents can give their children. Not perfection, but presence that is real enough, warm enough, safe enough. Because in the end, the brain is not built through rare grand moments. It is built through small things, repeated every single day. A bedtime story, a smile, a hug, a simple sentence. "I'm here." It sounds ordinary, but many years later, those things become the voice inside your child, the way they soothe themselves when they fall apart, the way they love others, the way they understand their own worth. So, if today you feel you are not good enough as a father or mother, please remember this. Your child does not need a perfect childhood. Your child does not need a perfect parent. What your child truly needs is a safe place. A place where no matter how cold the world outside becomes, they still know they can come back. A place where when they fail, they are not afraid of shame. When they are hurt, they are not afraid of being abandoned. When they feel weak, they are not afraid of being judged. And that place is not a house, not a room, not something you bought. That place is the feeling you create inside your child. A feeling that says, you do not need to be perfect to be loved. You do not need to be strong all the time. You do not need to become someone else. You only need to be yourself. And sometimes, what saves a person in adulthood is not what their parents taught them with words, but the feeling their parents planted in their nervous system very early in life. So tonight, before your child falls asleep, perhaps the most important thing you can do is not teach them something new. Maybe it is simply sitting beside them, looking into their eyes, holding them a little longer than usual, and saying very slowly, "I'm here." Because maybe, many years from now, when the world outside becomes unbearably cold, those 4 simple words will become the safest refuge in your child's entire life.